Welcome to the stream, everybody. Thank you so much for stopping by. Jay Gutter, how's it going? I got the coffee brewed. That's really hot. I just poured it. Probably should have waited a second for that. Anyways, today I want to talk to everyone about Hover. I've been having a lot of fun on it. It's basically TikTok for streamers. It's kind of how it's been built, but I feel like it goes a lot deeper than that. And I wanted to clear up some of the misconceptions that I've heard, and hopefully we'll have some of the devs. I know Jay works with Hover, so hopefully we'll have some people in chat to help clear up any questions that people have, because I think people get the feeling like it's this big malicious thing. I've heard a lot of concerns about, oh, it just promotes follow for follow, and there's just been a lot of people have been bad mouthing it on Twitter in certain circles, and I'd like to kind of clear some of that stuff up. So we'll see if we can do it through the course of the stream. We'll discuss how I feel about it from a social media marketing perspective, what I feel like it's good for, and what I feel like some of the limitations of it currently are, but how I see the app progressing. I have a poor sick little dog over there. That's why we're a little late today. Ozzy is not feeling super hot today, the poor little buddy. He hasn't thrown up or anything, but he's just kind of been really sluggish. So I think what he did is his usual feat of finding some dryer lint and munching on that, and that usually makes him feel pretty crappy. Poor baby. How's everybody's morning going? I hope that your week is off to a great start. My week is off pretty solid, except for poor sick buddy over there. Let's pull up Hover, and I'll start walking everybody through it real quick. So how I got this set up is I actually have my phone hooked up to my PC as a screen share. Orange, what's up? This is interested to see more info on Hover. Yeah, hopefully we'll be able to clear things up for everybody. Let me just activate the source over here. Ah, there it is. There's my phone. Thinker. Silly pup. Yeah, he's not acting. He's just like kind of shaky and like a little dizzy. Phone, why you gotta go locking up? Excuse your phone. Come back. There it is. Okay. So let's open up Hover. So I should be able to control my phone. This app I downloaded should let me control my phone from my PC. Looks like it's working pretty well. Yeah, Hover's a lot of fun. I think that people are kind of giving it a little bit of... It seems like people are either in like one camp or another. People either really love it, or they really think that it's a waste of time for people and that it's just streamers. But I feel like it's really valuable now for its own reason, and it's going to be even more valuable in the future for Twitch streamers. Not so much YouTubers at the moment. I'm on there, but it's so heavily integrated with Twitch right now that as far as YouTube goes, you're probably not going to see a whole lot of benefit from it right now. But I have heard that they're thinking about integrating other platforms. I think that they're doing it smart though, because if you try to throw too many platforms in there at once, I feel like it's going to get diluted, because you'll have YouTubers and you'll have people on Twitch and you'll have people on Trovo and Facebook, and it really helps right now that they're focusing it so much on Twitch streamers, because they can really pull, like with their contests, things like that. They have a very strong presence on Twitch right now. That is going to really help them solidify their market by having more of that niche. Having the niche down is going to help them kind of grow in these early stages. So I think they're doing it smart by not adding too much in one go. This is basically how your profile looks. The only issue that I've had, I really like how they have it designed. My banner keeps going fuzzy. I don't know if that's on my end or what, but every time I upload a banner, it looks fine for like 20 minutes, and then I refresh the page and it's just all fuzzy and pixelated. So I don't know what's up with that, but makes it a little bit hard to read my details. But then again, you know, I'm sure there's ways to work around that, and it is a new app. I think it is still in beta, so, you know, once you get all of, it is still in beta, yeah, I remember now. Once you get all of these little bugs worked out, I'm sure it's gonna look even better, but I like the way that they have it laid out right now. It honestly reminds me a lot of the old days of Mixer, like back when they still had sparks and stuff, is really what's striking me about this. It's very reminiscent of the way Mixer was set up when I first started over there in like 2019. You get gravity for interacting with people. So gravity is basically like how much pull, I guess would be the best way to put it. Gravity, pull. The best way to put it would be the pull that your account has is based off of your gravity. So every little bit of interaction that you do on the site, like say I go over here, pop over to my feed for all the people that I'm following. And I love Forrest, he's so cool. So, you know, we'll like one of Forrest's. And then we'll go back over here. You refresh. Boom, see my gravity went up by 1. So that means that I am an active participant on the platform, and thus they'll start sending more my way when I post videos. The very clear way that this is directly tied to your views is I had this video right here sitting on my profile for like a week or two. I made this profile. I didn't really do anything with it. I was just like, let's see how the app looks. Let's check it out. And it got maybe 2 or 3 views. I think I had a couple people from Digitized hop over and follow me, but this didn't really do anything. It didn't get shown. When I made that tweet, because I'd seen so many people just like furious about hover, and it seemed like people were, like I said earlier, very polarized. So I wanted to do the experiment. I made that tweet, what do you think about it? And got some really good feedback. Actually had some of the people from Hover hop into that thread and clear up some things for people, which we can bring up a little bit later and show some of their responses. Once I started engaging and I started building a little bit of gravity, this old clip that I uploaded days before picked up like 130 views in like an hour. It was just like, boom, okay, now we're showing it. Because I had a little bit of gravity, so they were like, all right, they're an active member of the community, let's push their stuff. Now, the issue with this, same thing as on Mixer, where they had sparks, where you would get sparks for watching people and engaging. And then you could trade them in for, on Mixer, it was just trading it in for like stickers and things like that. It was more of like a, look at me, I have a bunch of sparks thing. On here, people have been voicing concerns saying that you could just turn this into a big support for support thing. Like, you know, just go through and, you know, like, I'm not going to do it because I don't want to do that, but like you could theoretically just hit discover and just scroll through and like every single one of these and just like, and then go back over here and have, you know, 20, 30 more gravity and be like, all right, well now I'm going to post a video and I'm going to get a bunch of views. First of all, it doesn't seem like it works quite like that, fortunately. It doesn't seem like, based off of my experience with it, of these few videos and how I've been interacting on the platform, it doesn't seem like it's directly tied to your gravity. I know that that has a big part to do with it, but like I said, I had like 20 or 30 when I posted this, and it got pushed because people started engaging with it. You say it got 30 likes and it started getting GGs. GGs are important. We'll talk about those in a second. But it started getting likes, it started getting GGs, and it got a couple of comments. Thinker has one shown for review. Why did they show that? Why did they hold that for review? YouTube, what is up with your modder? Oh, because you swore in it. Yeah, we'll show that. I don't care about that shit. You say shit all the time. Wonder how they filter out shit comments like low effort emoji comments for gravity. Oh, Jay's here. Sweet. Jay could probably clear that up. Jay actually works at Hover. The algo knows if somebody does that and it negatively affects them. Cool. So if you're just going through and like, you actually have to watch the video, you actually have to engage, or if every single comment you're doing is just like low effort crap. That is amazing. So that's good to hear. That clears that up, because that was a huge concern for a lot of people. Because if you don't know that, you could think like, okay, this is so easy to game. Like I could just blow my gravity up and now I'm pulling all the views, you know? It's good to know that there is a fail-safe in there for that. Sweet. So that clears that up actually. Also, something that I think is really good is they put more emphasis not on getting gravity from liking and commenting, because you get, I believe, from what I've been messing around with, 1 gravity per like and 1 gravity per comment. However, what you get for dropping GGs on people, that's where the big gravity comes in. So see over here, I have 9 GGs. And I believe that when you get GGs, you kind of like have the GGs, and then you can choose to use the GGs on other people. Am I correct in this, Jay? Says the system's obviously not perfect yet. I think that you guys have a really good base here, and I really am happy to hear that you do have fail-safes in to prevent people from cheating it like that, because that was a big concern of mine. I didn't go through and run an experiment to see if it would actually like let me do that, because I didn't want to push it and be like, I didn't want to get banned, and I also didn't want to I didn't want to artificially engage with people just for the sake of an experiment. So I was hoping that one of you guys would be in chat so I could ask a question. If you have lots of gravity, your post can still not be shown. Exactly, like that's a perfect example, like this one here. I actually had a lot more gravity when like this one got shown, but I posted it, I wanted to test this out. I posted it when I intentionally noticed that there wasn't a lot of new content coming. Like I was sitting there refreshing the new section for Fortnite, and there wasn't a whole lot going up. It seemed like everything was really slow across the platform, and I uploaded that. And then I went through and I still like engaged with a bunch of people. I got some more gravity. I commented on some stuff. I followed a couple new people. And I got a couple little like back and forths, but the video still didn't get shown because I still posted it when there wasn't anybody looking, and it didn't pick up a whole lot of activity. I got like 1 like, no GGs and no comments. So it still didn't get shown. Even though I was going through and I was interacting and I was building gravity and I was doing all of the things, it still didn't push my video because it didn't get that interaction. Jay says if your watch time percentage is really low, it just won't be shown as much. Cool. So that's good. That's good there's a failsafe. Orange says, does that not negatively affect creators who don't have time to be consumers? So I can see that. Absolutely. In that case, they have the option to get referrals. So we'll talk about this. We'll go through the fine tuning of this because I do have some ideas on how the referrals work. I feel like it might be a little OP, but I see the reason that they're doing this from a marketing standpoint. If you don't have a lot of time to consume, you can still get gravity by telling your viewers about Hover. So if you have people, you can go like, hey, I'm posting on Hover, use my link, it'll get me some gravity and I can help build my account. So then people can jump over from Twitch or wherever you're creating, Twitter, tell everybody about it, obviously. Get them to use your referral link. You can start building that without having to engage and go through the whole thing of like meeting other people and networking and doing that side of the app. Now, I do think that as of right now, I think it's like 100 gravity for a referral, which is great. I think that it's really good to get people onto the app and using it. That system also really helps push viewers to the platform because you're now, instead of just referring your streamer friends like, hey, this is a great app, post your clips, let's network, the whole like I'll leave a tab open thing, which only gets you so far, as everybody knows, you're now getting your viewers over there. And the more viewers that come to the platform, the more viewers are scrolling through these directories, because you can go over to, here, let me show you. And you can go over to Discover, you can just scroll through everything that's related to what you've been watching. Like, see, these are not large creators at all, but they're related to the games that I follow. So now the more viewers are on the platform from people referring them and getting gravity to help boost their profile, is more people who are going to be watching for other streamers. It isn't the only thing that is part of the algorithm. Engagement, gravity, genre, watch time, history, content is all taken into consideration. See, that's what I like. That's what I was hoping it would be, is gravity is more of like, it in my mind, it's kind of like planetary. So you have a large gravitational pull, and anything that goes by, it's going to have more of a chance of snagging that and catching it in its orbit, so you can start building more and more of a community, and you build this, you know, asteroid belt around your channel, this asteroid belt of a community, and you pull people in the more gravity you have. But that doesn't mean that just because you have gravity, literally everybody is going to see your content. Like Jay said, there's a lot more that comes into it, and we do have some big changes coming to gravity though. Cool. I think that as it grows, keeping that system balanced will be very important. The thing that I was going to say, the thing that I'm worried about is the fact that if gravity has such a large part to play, then large creators can come on and just drop a bunch of referrals and just go through the roof and immediately be, you know, top creator. Honestly though, I think that people are kind of placing too much emphasis on that, in my opinion. And the fact that gravity is what it is, it's kind of like an engagement score for your account. All platforms have that, really. Like, if you study how algorithms work, and you study how platforms like Instagram and Twitter and even TikTok and things like that, yes, they have organic reach, but if you just go onto Twitter and you don't follow anybody and you don't engage with anybody and you just tweet, you're not going to get very far. You might get a little bit here and there if you're trying to hop on trends and stuff like that, but you're going to have a really hard time if you ever engage with anybody, keeping your average engagement rate up and keeping your reach up. These sites all have a similar thing to gravity. It's just hidden. It's not the same, obviously, but they have a similar component to test whether you are an active member of the platform who is engaging with others and keeping them on the platform. Hovers just tells you what yours is. Basically, Hover tells you exactly how their system works. Well, maybe not exactly, but they tell you kind of, they give you more info. They're transparent. That's the word I was looking for. They're much more transparent than some of these other platforms in the way that they're presenting how they score your profile, and I do like that. Orange says those people would be top creators anyways because their viewers would be watching them anyways. Exactly, right. That's what I was gonna say, is when somebody goes from, like, you know, a huge streamer jumps onto, like, say Byte, back when that was a thing, they went straight to the top. You know, they immediately had followers, they immediately had people watching them, they were top tier creators right off the bat. And that only makes sense for it to work similarly on here. I don't think that there was, you know, I don't think that there's anything malicious to do with that. I think that honestly, from a marketing standpoint, that's a smart thing for them to do, because you have, like, let's see, I'll try to see if I can find it. Gravity leaderboard. So people come over and they have the top creators with a bunch of gravity, and they're going to be on this gravity leaderboard. So they'll see, oh shoot, all of these large creators are automatically like on the platform making it. You know, they're top tier, and they might even know some of them. You know, this puts basically friendly, familiar faces of Twitch that people are used to seeing automatically at the top of the platform. But it also creates a little bit more like level playing field, because it is possible for everybody to get seen because of, like Jay was saying, the variety in the algorithm, where it's not just about your gravity. You know, it's about the quality of your content. Let me just read through some of this chat we got. We got some from Jay. Cool. Says it was a big thing for us to make it public. We want to give a creator a chance to grind when they first start. I personally posted everywhere when I started to no real avail or having no idea what I was doing. This is one of the things we are changing. Absolutely. No, I like that. So I really enjoy that this is kind of, in my mind, I don't like the term network to grow, because I've talked about that on Twitter. Networking to grow isn't a great strategy, but there is a right way to network, and there is a right way to get to know people in the community and build connections with other streamers, because that's incredibly valuable for us to do as content creators. We need to build that sense of community. But so many people do that dumb crap where they just jump on to a platform and they just drop an emoji, or they go lols, or drop a gif. And I'm guilty of that, but it's usually with people that I already know, and I'm having a brain fog day and I'm sensory overload to the max, and I'm just like, I just really want to let you know that I'm acknowledging your comment. But this whole thing of putting emphasis on engaging with people in a genuine manner and actually like getting involved in their content and being rewarded for that, instead of just going through and being a bot about it, it trains people to use other platforms more effectively, because it does gamify it. It gamifies genuine engagement. And if you're good at that, and if you're good at genuinely engaging with a lot of people and getting that hype going, then you're gonna crush the platform. Leaderboard works like a kingmaker platform. It's not really helpful for people starting out. Yeah, I could definitely see what you're saying. It basically is more of like, for people starting out, you're not gonna hit that for a while. Like, it's gonna take you a long time to reach those types of levels. But I feel like it's good to show it's good to show the faces of the platform. It's good to show that there is mobility, because it will fluctuate. I've seen it fluctuate quite a bit over the last few days that I've been on here. And it's good to see that there's not just this group, there's not just this one single person that's consistently at the top. There's fluctuations in that top 10. It makes it seem more accessible. So I get what you're saying, where like creators are gonna come in and they're gonna go, wow, I have 163 gravity and they have 11,000. Like, no way I'm gonna make it to top tier. But like Jay was saying, gravity isn't the only measure of success on the platform. It's more of just like a bragging rights. I'm in the top 10. You know, I'm a top creator on the platform. I am here all the time. I'm supporting, I'm engaging, I'm in the community. I think that it definitely helps people get a sense of what the platform is about, and who by seeing the top creators, it gives you a sense of what the vibe of the platform is about, is basically what I'm trying to get at. Orange says networking to build real professional connections is much more effective than expecting networking to bring in viewers. Yeah, networking doesn't really bring in viewers, which I think is, it does, but like, as we've talked about, streamers are not reliable viewers. And I think that that's an issue that a lot of people have had with the idea of hover. I know a lot of people mentioned that in the thread that I started on Twitter. They're just like, well, it's all streamers, and you tell us not to rely on streamers for viewers, so why am I going to go over there? And I think that that's the difference. Is right now, yes, there's a lot of streamers, but it encourages you to engage beyond that shallow base level. So GG's, we were talking about that earlier. If I have this confused, Jay, please feel free to hop in and let me know if I don't understand the GG's properly. So like people can drop GG's, right, on your post. So it's basically like in my mind, it's similar to a super like, you know, if you guys are familiar with that. You can, they're kind of like a little extra currency that seems to float around the platform. And you can give them to other creators based off of, you know, how you have gotten them yourself. They get you here. Let me find a clip to drop one on. I like Forrest. Let's give him a GG's. There you go. Here's GG's. So it'll pop up. Yeah, there we go. Successfully GG liked. Now I'm at 163. That puts you at 173. So you get 10 from a GG like. That only can be accrued through creating good content that gets GGs. So they're putting an emphasis on not just liking, not just commenting, not just following, because those only get you 1. They're putting emphasis on creating the best content that you possibly can that people are going to go, oh damn, GG. And then you can go out and do that to other people, and it builds everybody up. Sort of like a super like, yeah, I got it right. Sweet. Get 2. Okay, you get 2 every 4 hours. So you just kind of build them as you go. All right. I thought it was you get them when you are liked. So how? Okay, so this is the GGs that I have received. Is that so 2 every 4 hours that you're on the platform? Is that what it is? Or is it just like 2 every 4 hours of watch time? Oh, I missed some from Orange. Damn. Sorry, dude. Orange says, I agree that seeing recognizable faces helps. I opened the app, then closed it for months. I did that too, honestly. When it first came out, I saw Ashney talking about it. I was like, oh, that seems neat. Made a profile and then just never really did anything with it. Went on, saw somebody I knew from Twitch, kept me on there looking for others I know. Same for Twitter, and started seeing people I knew. I barely touched it. Yeah, it's just, that's why I think they're doing it really smart. Just 2 every 4 hours. Okay, so we just all get it cumulatively for being on the platform. Okay, so you just kind of get it, and then you can dole those out to people. So you've used 1 now, so in 4 hours you will have 2 again. Okay, is there any? Oh, so they don't accrue. I got it. I was thinking, like, don't they just like stockpile them and then you can stockpile them and then you could just drop a bunch and get points? But no, you only get 2 every hour. That's smart. That's really smart to cap that. So that does actually work then. I didn't quite understand the concept, but that works great. That works really good. So for you get 2 to use every 4 hours that you're scrolling, and that creates this limited sense of like, okay, well, I can only give out so many, but it puts this emphasis on trying to create the best content that you can. So you should really give it to the content you really like. You only get 2 for every 4 hours. Okay. Does the creator get benefit for that? Because I'm seeing where my concept of GGs is a little bit flawed and how that's not quite the benefit that I thought it was. Because I thought it was like you get them, and then as you get them, you can then give them, which would encourage people to create like really solid content to get as many GGs as they can in their little bank that they can then give to their friends or give to other good content. But Sean, welcome to the stream. And Jacob, what's up? Smart, it probably didn't work back then. You mean like when I hopped on? Yeah, when it first hopped on, there wasn't really a whole lot going on the platform. But Sean, yeah, we were talking about hover right now. The cool thing about hover, let's just kind of get back to some more stuff cool about it. We'll keep talking about GGs as the info comes in from Jay. So it goes towards the algorithm. So it's basically like a boost. So like, yeah, you got a bunch of GGs. So that's probably why I'm guessing this post did as well as it did. Jacob is the CEO. Oh, I didn't recognize the name. Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for stopping by. It is so good to have people from Hover actually here to help us walk through this, because I think that everyone, like we were saying earlier, it's either love or hate right now. And all of the hatred that I've seen for this app comes from, I feel like, not understanding the intention and how it works. It seems like people view it as just this kind of follow for follow thing, and it really goes much deeper than that. And while every platform can be used for that, I mean, you can use Twitter for that. You can use any platform for follow. I think that the fact that you guys are pushing GGs, which encourages creating solid content. See, I got 9 here, and that pushed this to the most viewed, 155 views. This one got 0, and it got, you know, a third of the views. So I think that that's really cool, is they're not just pushing, okay, engage, follow for follow, support for support, just go through and like stuff, because like Jay said, that's punished. You get they know what you're doing. You're not being slick. So by encouraging active, actual solid engagement and creation of good content that gets GGs, they're teaching, these are content creator training wheels. This teaches you how to be a content creator and how to engage with others in the space in a constructive manner. Let's pop over here real quick. Let's go to discover, live. That's what I wanted to talk about. So the other cool thing about this is the content that you create on here. If you have your Twitch profile connected, I don't really stream on Twitch anymore. I'm still an affiliate over there, but I didn't go through the process of connecting it because I don't want to reroute people to the wrong thing and confuse them. But if you do have it connected, when you're live, it shows up here in the live feed. Your content, I'm not exactly sure which, is it like your latest clip shows up here? Not 100% sure how their algorithm for choosing the clips in the live feed works, but as you go live, your clips will show up with this little thing right here that says live. And then people can just click that and visit you on Twitch. Let's see, let's show how quick this is. Visit on Twitch, pulls Twitch up, boom, right there, and we can follow them. So that's so easy. Whereas if you're on here, let me go to Twitter. So let's see, see if we can find a going live tweet here. Let's just type in going live. Let's see how much harder it is to get, at least on Android, how much harder it is to get to your page. So going live, so this person's going live on YouTube. That's not what I want. I don't want YouTube, I want Twitch. There we go, going live on Twitch. We'll click that. Oh, since I already had it pulled up, that's why. I was gonna say, usually it makes me go through all sorts of other things. It's doing this just to prove me wrong. Seriously. Oh, that's why, because I already had the Twitch app open. But normally, if you don't have the Twitch app open, so let's see. No, seriously, it's doing this just to prove me wrong. I was trying to prove the point, because every time I do this on my phone, what it does is it makes me go through the Twitter like link to Twitch, and then it goes, okay, now go to app. For some reason, it's not doing that right now. That would be really cool if that's been fixed. But normally it's like it's a couple steps. I saw a clip about Capri Sun Poppy talking about this as well. They mentioned the same thing. It makes it so much easier for people to follow you because you just click and have it right there. Orange says, granting extra GGs to use from getting a GG on your content is a slippery slope. Cause clicky behavior from creators not going outside of their own bubble. No, that's true. I can see how that would be a good point. You're right, Orange. You know, it could turn into this just like... It could turn into... Yeah, it could turn into just its own little club. I was thinking of how that relates to back on Mixer, how we had Sparks and people were starting up Spark farms and things like that, and they would have these groups where you could just go in and engage and get Sparks built up for your account. And then they started using Sparks towards like monetization, where people filled up their cups for Sparks and stuff, and that was a freaking mess. Just gave him a noti for that as well. Oh, so the fact that when people visit you on Twitch, they see it? That's really cool. So they know how many people... That's a really good clip, actually. I'm gonna like that. Since we're sitting here with him on my screen, I'm gonna just click off of there. Sorry. That's really neat, too. So people actually see how many people are coming from Hover to their profile. That's neat. I like it. So... This other issue that I've heard with people talking about how it's only got streamers right now. It does seem to be a lot of streamers, I'm not gonna lie. That I see getting better as they continue their marketing outreach. Dying on my own coffee. As they continue their marketing outreach, I think more viewers are going to start to come to it. And they're doing it very smart. So, I don't know if you have all seen the Next Top Streamer competitions, some of the other competitions that they've been running as well. Particularly the Next Top Streamer one is, in my opinion, genius marketing. A few people that I've talked to seem to feel like it's just... They're very cynical of it, and they're like, oh, well, it's just it's turning streaming into a popularity contest. But on this app, you can do everything without ever engaging in these popularity contests if you want to view them that way. You don't have to enter Next Top Streamer. You don't have to be put up for it. You can choose to stay away from all of that if you want to, but what Next Top Streamer does, in my opinion, is brings the most possible amount of viewers they possibly could get through any other marketing initiative. It's beautiful guerrilla marketing. Hover Jake says, what tool did you use to show off the app? It is, what is this called? Where'd you go? Hold on, sorry. Scrappy. It's a kind of a strange little plugin that you have to download and then run developer mode on your phone, and debug by USB in developer mode on your phone, and you can actually bring it up as its own source and you can control it with your computer. That's super handy for showing off apps and stuff. But it's spelled, let me type it into chat. It's C. Come here, you. There we go. Yeah, that works super handy. It's really cool. It's a fun app. Orange says that's just streamers. For some reason, wherever I go, there's new platform streamers. Yeah. They definitely can be a little stubborn sometimes. But what I was gonna say is Next Top Streamer is incredibly good marketing because these streamers are going to push for their viewers to come to the platform and check it out and look at their clips and look at their profile and go follow them. And they're going to push them to come to that stream, you know, when they do the big actual like full stream like they did last night. They're going to push their viewers like, hey, I'm on Next Top Streamer. Come by the Hover channel, vote for me, hang out. And it brings more people to the platform by encouraging these streamers to compete against each other in a friendly, you know, fun way. You can start seeing more of a viewer base getting beyond streamers themselves on the platform. And that, I think, is really genius. And over the next year, the more they do these things, the more they start these initiatives to bring actual communities, not just the streamers themselves looking to network with other streamers, but the actual communities that are behind the streamers, I think that you're going to see a massive influx. And that's where like the referral code thing comes in. And, you know, this is all really beneficial to getting people who aren't just content creators themselves onto the platform. And then once you get that, it basically becomes a dedicated, it basically becomes a training tool for new creators and a networking tool for finding people to raid, because you can just pop over here. You know how big of a pain in the butt it is to find people to raid on Twitch. It always was a pain because you're seeing, you know, trying to hope that they're okay. You don't know if they're live, you know, it's just like, the friends that you meet, you're like, okay, I don't know who's live right now. Let me check through my list. Oh, I don't see anybody live. Okay, well, let me go through the gaming directory, and you're scrolling through hundreds and thousands of people, hundreds or thousands of people. But with this, you can go to live, scroll through. It's going to show you people who are already similar to content that you follow, similar games that you follow. Like I follow Warzone, Fortnite, some of those. So this is showing me all people who play those games. I can just, on my phone, while I'm getting ready to figure out somebody to raid, check, watch a couple clips. Oh yeah, they seem really cool. Okay, they're live right now. Boom. Raid potential. You know, decent connection to make. You can like them on here. You can actually check out their stuff before you go over and decide to raid them. That way you're not trying to do it on PC while you're streaming and trying to mute this and trying to mute that and talk to chat and keep up with that while figuring out who to go to. Makes it so much more simple. Once you get viewers over here, it's just gonna basically turn into a really great source for gaming content in general. It's gonna move beyond just Twitch, and it's going to become a gaming content platform. And I think that the integration with Twitch is going to help get its legs, but I think as it grows, it's going to go much more beyond that. And I think that this is going to, it has the potential to turn into the gaming social media platform, not just for streamers, not just for Twitch people, but for anybody who's into gaming, because they're also integrated with Xbox. So you can, I believe, find people to game with as well on here. Let me open up my settings here. Linked accounts. Yeah, so you can, I already have Twitter linked, but you can link Twitch, you can link Xbox. So I think the more this stuff gets integrated, the more valuable it's going to be, not just to streamers, but to gamers. And as you build that, you're going to have a dedicated platform where people can look at clips of the games that they enjoy, follow creators that they enjoy, and seamlessly find them on other platforms rather than on TikTok or Instagram or all these other channels where you're fighting for algorithm attention, and not just with all of the other streamers, but with the entire world. You know, the algorithm isn't perfect. It doesn't just group us all into these little singular communities. You still have to fight with all of this other stuff going on their feeds and on their following list to get attention. Whereas on this, it's just the gaming. I mean, they do have just chatting and stuff like that as well, and I would love to see that build a little bit as well. But it is much more focused. And I think that that focus cuts down on competition, meaning that as it builds with viewers and people looking to watch gaming content, it's going to be easier and easier for people who are creating good content on the platform to start seeing some traction from it. And with how easy it is currently to get over to Twitch, eventually down the line, maybe they'll start adding some other integrations as well, and you can start getting to anywhere people are creating content, just easily, seamlessly, click, boom, followed. I think it's a great option. Orange Croc says that's an interesting use case. Yeah, I've heard somebody on Twitter talking about that the other day. They started using it to find their raid victims. Target at, what the heck do you call that? I can't remember what it's called anymore. Their raid buddy. Yeah, so that's how I feel about it. I think that it's a great option for people. I think it has a lot of potential. Yeah, and I think that a lot of the concerns people have for it come from just not really understanding how the platform works and understanding how the algorithm works, and they think it's all about gravity, and it's not. It's very clearly not just about this number. This is just your engagement score, which all platforms have. They're just not as transparent about it. Since we have some people from Hover, is there anything that y'all wanted to add about the platform that I haven't covered, or you feel like I've misrepresented in any way? I would love to get some input from y'all. If anybody else hanging out has questions, this would be a great time to get them answered personally and accurately, so that you can go out there armed with the proper info and tell the world what you saw. Because I'd love to cut down on misinformation. I've seen so many people talking shit about this app, and it just is, it doesn't deserve it. I really don't think it deserves it. Is it limited right now? Yes. Is it a lot of streamers right now? Yes. Can it be used for follow? Yes. Does that bother me? No. None of that bothers me. I still think it's a very useful, very handy app. So that is the thing. It's just, you can't hop on here and you can't just like start posting and expect to get somewhere. You do actually have to put effort into making the platform an active, fun, viable space. Oh, well, that was the main things that I wanted to cover. As you can see over here, they do have, oops, where'd he go? Come here, you. They have different contests that you can enter. You can get money, you can get all sorts of submissions, and yeah, so these ones are Valorant, Fortnite, Apex Legends. That's really cool. That's really neat. I like that they're making it so it's more of like a, it's not just a social media thing, it's kind of like a social club. People can hang out, they can enter in fun events, and it just encourages that like inter-community interaction. I can definitely see how people who are not, people who are strictly against seeing streaming as any sort of competition or using their brand in that way, I can see how they might not be interested. But like I said, it goes so much more beyond that. I know that it definitely can seem like on social media right now that they're really pushing the competitions and they're really doing that, and that's all it is. It's just a big competition place for streamers. But it's not. It's much more than that. It's just because that stuff is getting viewers to the platform, right? That stuff is getting their big streamers to promote the platform and get viewers for everyone else to start engaging with the content that's there. That's not necessarily the entire focus of the stream. That's just the platform. That's just the marketing side of it, in my opinion. Yeah, so great app. I think it's a lot of fun. What time are we looking at? 11:17. Just gonna check the dog real quick. He seems like he's doing all right. He's just over there sleeping, giving me side eye every now and then. Well, I think that I'm going to end this stream, and then I'm gonna get the info changed over, and I'm gonna pop on to some of that new season of Fortnite. So for anybody who's not used to being on YouTube, it is important to have your SEO set for your streams because otherwise people can't find them. So that makes swapping in like middle of a stream, like doing just chatting and then switching to gaming, that makes that a little bit hard. So if you are all interested in hanging out, playing some of that new chapter of Fortnite, I want to try to get my hands on the web slingers. I still have not been able to try those out yet. So if you're interested in that, just stick around the channel, hit refresh in a couple minutes. I'm gonna get the new stream info put in and fire that baby up. It was great talking with everyone. Thank you so much for hanging out. I really appreciate the devs from Hover coming over and chilling in chat with us and helping clear up some of those algorithm questions, because as you know about me, I'm a huge algorithm nerd and I love learning about that stuff and I love figuring out how it all works behind the scenes, and I really appreciate that and satisfying my curiosity and clearing up some misconceptions about the platform. So that was huge. And yeah, I hope to see everyone soon. Peace. You know, the whole stop grinding, start growing catchphrase that I throw out there every now and then. Do the thing. Do the thing.